This is Friday night, Great Taste of the Midwest. Usually, the last couple of years, typically there's been about 96 breweries or so by the end of the night that show up. Right now we're about a little after 6:30, so I'm guessing there's somewhere around 70 breweries probably have already shown up. We started at about 8 o'clock this morning. There were a few breweries that were already loaded onto the truck. Then we have another truck actually this year that have some breweries that had beer loaded on too. And then what we do is we have our mighty crew of keg jockeys that we help the brewers unload as they arrive. We label each keg with a 3-digit booth number. So that way tomorrow morning when we unload, we'll have a big crew that all they have to do is look at the number written on the keg. They take it straight out to the tent. So from, I don't know, it's about a 14-hour day of loading kegs. Tomorrow morning we'll hopefully unload them in about an hour and a half. So it's that ends up being like I don't know, 70 kegs a minute or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it's a good day's worth of work. It's a little more challenging when we have rain, but we managed to get it all done. So every one of 6,000 very thirsty people, they have cold beer waiting for them tomorrow morning.
Hi, I'm Keith Symonds, and I'm here at the Real Ale Tent at the Great Taste of the Midwest with Les Hoffmann. Les, what's your title?
I am the Czar in charge of the Real Ale Tent. And
Czar?
Yes. And this is the 6th year that we've had the Real Ale Tent going. We've grown from about 17 casks of ale to about 65 this time.
And can you tell us a little bit about Real Ale?
Real ale is an English tradition of beer that is actually fermented in the vessel that it's served from. These are very specialized rounded side casks. They are casks called Firkins, and they hold about 11 gallons. And the idea is for the beer to be fermented in the vessel, for the sediment, the yeast and so forth to fall to the bottom, for it to be tapped and to have nice clear fresh ale tapped out of that vessel.
Les, I was looking at the list of the real ales for tomorrow, and I know a lot about English ales, and a beer called Smoke and Burn, a smoked porter dry hopped with chipotle peppers. Is that a British style?
We probably have the least traditional tent full of real ale that's ever been assembled.
What are some of your favorites in there besides that one?
Well, I have to admit that I like a lot of the classic styles like the dark mild. Although I will actually admit that I like some pale ales that are more hoppier than the English tradition.
A little over the top, shall we say?
Yeah.
I looked at the list. There's a lot of over the top ones for this, aren't there?
Dry hop beers. There's quite a few, actually.
And dry hopping is very traditional for real ales, correct?
It is. Yes.
What's the brewer trying to add by doing that?
Aroma. I mean, the idea is you have a beer that's fermenting as you drink it, essentially, and the additional feature of having all this fresh hop aroma, it really makes a beautiful ale.
Yeah, I know I'm a big fan, and I do help Les out, and I get to take a good bath in beer tomorrow, don't I, Les?
Yes.
They are very much live beers, and when you go to tap them, it's a multi-step process to tap them. First, you have to vent them by driving a spile to let off the CO2, and then you drive the tap, and almost both of those will almost definitely give me a bath. So.
And the old saw that cask ales are flat and warm, it's totally untrue. We want to serve these where they're still fermenting, there's still some carbonation, you get the mouthfeel of the carbonation, but you don't get all the head.
Right. Yeah, they're beautiful. It's wonderful, and you know, if the style is right, it works really well to not have all that carbonation.
Yes.
You won't burp as much if you spend some time in the Real Ale Tent.
Yeah, you might enjoy it more.
Right. Well, thank you, Les. We appreciate it, and look forward to coming by and tasting some of the Real Ales later today, and hope you are enjoying them well.
We only have 65 to choose from, so please.
65? All right, we'll work on it.
All right.
Thanks, Les.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Keith Symonds, co-host of Beer Apocalypse Now, and with me is Eric Schoville, president of the Madison Homebrewers and Tasters Guild, the people that put on the Great Taste. Hi, Eric. How you doing today?
Hi, Keith.
So, Eric, what are we standing in front of?
We're standing in front of our 25th anniversary glassware.
How many glasses are we talking about?
Probably about 7,000 total. So, all with a silver rim to celebrate our silver anniversary.
Awesome. And how many beers are we expecting this year?
Over 600 to 700 easy.
Wow. So what does that work out to per person? Have you figured it out?
A lot.
That's great.
Actually, I did the Real Ale Tent. I think you guys did an interview with the Real Ale Tent, and they were saying that if everyone came and visited the Real Ale Tent that comes to the festival, that's like 3 pours a person. So that's just the Real Ale Tent, so it's a lot of pours.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll be doing all 65, so that's going to leave a few people out. I'm sorry about that, guys. But that's my problem, I guess. Eric, how long have you been president?
This is my second time being president, not consecutively. So.
Do you have to serve some time in jail first?
Yes, yeah, that's what happens after you do it first year. So they haze you and then they put you in prison for a year. So.
Oh, it's called wife jail, right?
It is wife jail, yes.
That's great. What are you looking forward to most about the Great Taste, Eric?
I think every year I look forward just to the people that come and just the diverse group of people and the excitement and the energy and interacting with all of the brewers, which I think makes our festival very unique.
Now, how many brewers are we expecting?
124.
124?
124 breweries, so if you think that each of those breweries is bringing at least 3 people, that's a very good representation of the brewery staff in the Midwest.
Great, and the Great Taste of the Midwest is limited to which states?
Let's see, we quote-unquote the Midwest states, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, probably forgetting
Nebraska and Kansas.
Nebraska and Kansas, which I think is pushing the boundaries of the Midwest, and we do have some from Kentucky, which I think we're pushing a little boundary there, but they're close enough.
And don't forget our good friends from Schlafly and others in Missouri.
Missouri. Oh, how could I forget Missouri?
Well, thanks, Eric. I know you'll be busy tomorrow, and I look forward to raising a glass with you tomorrow, but here's one tonight.
Cheers.
Cheers. With me is Kate Stalker. Kate Stalker was involved in the commemorative book. Kate, can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I'd love to. We wrote for our 25th anniversary this year of The Great Taste a book that commemorates all of the years since the inception. Lots of beautiful color photographs and a little synopsis of every year on 2 pages with some of the funniest photographs you'll ever find in a book.
Great. Kate, who's involved in producing the book?
Well, we hired an author, Sarah White, and a layout illustrator named Randall Roden, and they helped us do it. Bill Rogers, who's the chairman of the Great Taste, and I wrote parts of it, and we did a lot of the editing, as did some other members of the Homebrewers and Tasters Guild.
Great. Where can you purchase this book, Kate?
Well, right now, you can purchase it online on the club website, www.mhtg.org. I believe the Malt House is selling copies. I've got copies, and I think probably any club member would have the ability to sell them.
Great. And will they be available at the Great Taste this year?
Yes, they will. They'll be available for people who are waiting in line to come in, help pass the time when you're standing out there in the field for several hours. They'll be available at the merchandise tent inside the park, and they'll be available as people leave out through the exits.
Great. Kate, I know it's not polite to do this to a woman, but how many Great Tastes have you been involved with, Kate?
Since 1997 was
Wow.
my first one. 1997. And that really doesn't age me.
Yes, I know. You came as a 13-year-old. We love it. Well, thank you, Kate. Really appreciate it and look forward to seeing the book.
Thank you very much.